Today we are doing a very exciting video. We are doing my current favorites in skincare and makeup, all clean beauty related because that's what's going on in this channel. If you are new here, I focus on all clean, green, and non-toxic makeup and beauty products, from makeup looks to skincare, all in between. So I was gonna do like a September favorites, but we're already halfway through pretty much October, and a lot of these are actually kind of newer products too that I'm just freaking obsessed with, so I knew I had to include them in today's video. So without any further ado, let's get into today's video. I'm going to start off with skincare and then I'm going to go into makeup. Okay, so I have two cleansers, two cleansers that I want to share with you all. The first one, this is my like everyday morning cleanser. It's the Odacite Blue Aura Cleansing Water. This I think I've mentioned in so many different videos. I'm practically done this bottle. It is honestly just such an amazing, easy all-in-one cleanser. But this one's really cool because it's blue. It's all natural blue coloring from just the maceration of these different herbs, and it's mixing Ayurvedic anti-pollution technology, not technology, it's a formula, and it smells amazing. It instantly just brightens and awakens up my skin. It does a really good job at removing any excess makeup, but I typically will be applying this when I don't have any makeup on, or just like very little makeup on, and I just use this with a cotton pad, and it's been my everyday morning cleanser. Now my favorite evening cleanser is the Sahajan Ayurvedic Essential Oil Cleanser. This is obviously, like the name suggests, an oil cleanser, but it's kind of more milky in texture, and I also love that once you apply it to dry skin and you dampen your fingers and then massage it into your skin, it actually turns a little bit more creamy than oily, and I find that it really does a nice mild lather. This stuff is amazing at removing any makeup. I think it does a really good job at the end of the day to kind of melt your makeup off, but it also cleanses your face. And I know sometimes people think that oil cleansers is like a one-step to a two-step cleansing process because it doesn't do a good job at actually cleansing your skin, but this does. This has Ayurvedic ingredients in it that are actually going to withdraw impurities from your skin. I talked to the founder herself, and she did a really great job at explaining how this product works, and basically discussing some of the ingredients in here. I'm already halfway done, and I cannot wait to pick up another one because I do not want to run out of this. It's just, these two cleansers have been my go-tos. Okay, so next let's talk about a serum. This is the Dr. Roebuck's Ningaloo Firming Serum. This was sent to me for a sponsorship, and honestly, this is like one of my favorite serums that I've used, and I'm not even just saying that because this was a collaboration, but just because it honestly is so good. It's super lightweight. You can just see when I rock it back and forth, there's just like, it's like watery, and some people don't like that, but I really like how lightweight this is. The ingredient list is also super unique, like in comparison to any of my other skincare products, like copper peptides, hyaluronic acid, and banskia flower. All of these are super anti-aging and have really cool properties to them. So if you look into the actual like science itself on these ingredients, it's just so interesting. A lot of them help to boost collagen production, but one of the ingredients, or one of the components of the banskia flower, actually inhibits one of the enzymes that breaks down collagen, which is like skincare science. So yeah, I'm really into this right now. It's just super lightweight. I like it for both morning and night, and I just feel like my skin's looked really good since using it. Moisturizer that I've loved, this is the Osea Atmosphere Protection Cream. This is just kind of like a lightweight moisturizer. It has a very mild kind of, I don't know, a little bit more like fresh kind of eucalyptus-y. I suck at describing things, but it's so lightweight. A little bit goes a long way, and it doesn't leave your skin having like an oily residue. It just kind of absorbs nicely into the skin, and especially as my skin gets a lot more dry come the fall and winter months, I definitely need to do a moisturizer. Before I just get away with like a hydrating serum, but now I really need to apply like a bit of a moisturizer, and this is just perfection. It's light enough that it works well for applying makeup on top, so I really like using this during the morning time, like my morning skincare routine versus my nighttime skincare routine. I use a little bit of a heavier, either the Josh Rosebrooke hydration mask or like a heavier cream, like the Sahajan, what's it called? It's like a potted moisturizer. It's really good as well. But this has been really nice for before makeup. This is more of a treatment. This is the Osea Essential Corrective Complex. It's just like this little roller ball. How many milliliters? This is 10 milliliters. And this stuff is just like a blend of all these different essential oils. It has a very like tea tree kind of oil scent to it, with a blend of other ones. Tea tree, lavender, grapefruit, rosemary, sesame, white thyme, jojoba oil. So depending on how essential oils work on your skin, this is not something you roll all over your face. You actually roll this on blemishes. So I have rolled it on like certain blemishes on my chin, or like around my hairline. I've been getting blemishes, and I don't know what this like magicness is. I know tea tree oil is supposed to be pretty good for blemishes, but you just kind of roll it right on top of the blemish. And if it's like an under like the skin pimple, it like brings it to a head, or it just disappears. It's like one or the other. And it's done a really good job overnight correcting and helping with my blemishes. So this is obviously like a nighttime treatment. It is quite oily on your skin, and it's got a very strong scent to it. And I feel like my whole face just smells like tea tree oil and rosemary and everything else I just said, but I kind of like it. It's very calming, and I like essential oils, so it just depends on your take on essential oils. My skin works well. Again, I'm not applying this all over my face. It's just kind of spot treating. Another treatment I have here, this is the Naturally Serious cold pressed peel pads. This was sent to me, and basically they're just kind of like, they look like little cotton rounds that are saturated with basically acid from different plants. I just really like, I only need one. It covers my whole face. I believe there's 60 in here, and you can use it morning and night. I typically use this at nighttime just because I don't typically like using acids on my skin in the morning, just because I don't want to create like a more sensitive environment for my skin to be prone to like UV damage, etc. So this I keep for nighttime, and it helps to resurface your skin. It's non-irritating. It doesn't like dry or strip your skin. It's not like stinging at all. It's just a very mild kind of exfoliating, and I like the fact that they're like peel pads. So if you really kind of like, I don't know, what's the other, Dr. Dennis Gross, he has like peel pads, but obviously they're on the toxic side. I don't want to say toxic, they're a conventional skincare product. I feel like this is a very comparable clean version of those. I have quite a few masks that I've been obsessed with. I've been really into masks lately. Sticking on the acid train, I have the Dr. Roebuck's Daintree AHA Brightening Mask with caviar lime, kakadu plum, and multi-fruit AHA. And this is kind of like more of a clayish mask. It's got like this blue, I guess it's kind of like a seafoam green hue. A very mild scent, nothing overpowering. I just think this is a really good mask at just resurfacing the skin. My skin always looks super fresh and like even and glowy, and I really like using this after I've worked a few night shifts. My skin just needs some TLC. I also find that when I use this the night before and then I put on my makeup the next day, it's just as like the application is just perfection. So this has been a really nice favorite of mine, and I'll show you the other product that uses acids. This is the Goop Exfoliating Instant Facial. Now this is an amazing exfoliating mask. It just like, I don't even know, it's like freaking witchcraft in a tub. This is very expensive. It's $195 Canadian, which is like, but a little bit goes a long way. You barely have to leave it on your skin, like maybe like 1 minute, 1 to 2 minutes for myself, because my skin's quite sensitive. And this just does the trick instantly, as the name suggests. This is kind of like similar to this. It's also a lot more affordable, and it's a lot less abrasive. Not abrasive, irritating, I guess. You can leave this on your skin for a significantly longer period than this guy. So, I mean, honestly, the Goop one is just such an experience, but this is a really good AHA mask. All right, one more face mask I have. This is the Osea White Algae Mask. This is supposed to help really like glowify your skin. I don't think that's a word, but I'm gonna use it. It really just helps brighten your skin, even your skin tone. I feel like my skin just looks really good. And Jay, my boyfriend, was like, oh, your skin looks really nice right after I use this. So I feel like if he notices the difference, that's a pretty big sign that this stuff is good. And I have the black algae mask as well, and that one's just like super, I think it's called the flash mask or something. It's basically supposed to clear your pores. It also, I think, brings a ton of circulation to your face as well. So I'm like bright tomato red when I use that. This is not like that at all. This is just more of like it's like a cream mask. You can see. I really like it. It might have, actually, now that I'm feeling it, like kind of like these like little micro like sand particles to maybe gently exfoliate your skin. So we're almost done. I'm gonna move on to makeup shortly. There's just one product I wanna mention that I've been totally obsessed with. I mentioned this in my in shower essentials video, but it's just, it needs to be recognized again. This is the Goop G.Tox Himalayan Salt Scalp Scrub Shampoo. This is like unlike any product I've used before. It's kind of like this cream product with these salt particles in it. It smells absolutely amazing. It really just reminds me of like a spa experience. It's really interesting to use. You just like scoop a little bit in your hand, and I kind of start at like the temple area of my scalp, and when you're in the shower and you start massaging it, it does lather up really nicely. I actually feel like I'm cleaning my hair when I'm using this, and I honestly did not think I was gonna like a product like this. I'm pretty sure Cosmetics by Caroline featured this a while ago, and that was when I first was like, that's kind of cool. And then when I got this in PR and I tried it, I was like, this is definitely a product that I'm going to repurchase ASAP. I would 100% spend my own money on this. I've been using this for like, I don't know, a month and a half, 2 months, and like I've barely put a dent in it. You need so little product that this stuff is worth the money. Okay, moving on to makeup. Okay, so this isn't really makeup, but it's kind of like that borderline between skincare and makeup. It's something that I use before my makeup routine all the time. It is the Henne Organics Lip Mask. I have used this for over a year, and you can like, I barely made a dent in it. It's just so, I'm gonna use it right now, so incredibly moisturizing. I have literally the Sahara Desert for lips, and I always need to moisturize them, and I find that this just does an incredible job. When I'm applying my makeup, I like just having it sitting on my skin, or sitting on my lips, so that when it's time to apply my lipstick, my lips are nice and hydrated. And it's just such an amazing product. It has a really nice kind of like citrusy smell, and this has forever been one of my favorite lip treatment products. Okay, moving on to base. I've been really enjoying the Kosas Tinted Face Oil, and this is in the shade number 3. I also have shade 2 and 4. I'm kind of phasing out of shade 3 and going into shade 2, but this is just really nice for my dry skin. I find that it just is such a nice finish. It's satiny, it does minimal coverage, but just enough to even out my skin tone and still make it look like skin, which is just like exactly what I like. And I almost forgot how much I like this, and this is such a great unique product from Kosas, and it's available at Sephora as well if that's just more accessible for you than, let's say, you know, going to the detox market, for example. So yeah, I really like this product. This next product I have is definitely one I think is going to be like a forever favorite. This is the Saint Cosmetics concealer. I feel like it's got like an actual longer name, but they only have one concealer, and this is in the shade Linen Light. I absolutely love this concealer. It's just so good. I've mentioned it on my channel before. I've used it in makeup tutorials. It doesn't crease, it gives really nice coverage, and it lasts a really long time. You can use it and blend it on its own without any foundation. It just blends seamlessly on top of foundation, and I love this. But my mom also loves this concealer, and someone who has more mature skin also really loves it. And so that, I think, says a lot, because she just says it doesn't, like, you know, crease up or cake up any in any of her fine lines, and it just looks really nice. I know sometimes concealers can not perform the same way on mature skin, and she just says she loves it. So it's also my mom's favorite, so that's great. Base products, we have the W3LL People Bio Base Baked Brightener Powder in Universal Glow. I used to be such a fan of this in the loose formula, but they came out with their baked formula, I want to say like, I don't know, maybe like 9 months ago. I don't know, time flies. Honestly, the months have been flying by, so it may have been sooner or later than that. But yeah, this is such an amazing product. This is one of the only products I really use to set my face. I'm looking into some other setting powders as well, but this reminds me a lot of the Hourglass ambient lighting powders, just because it has like a very subtle sheen. It really reminds me of dim light. Even though this looks much more white than dim light, it just gives your skin that luminosity, and I would say this is definitely a very comparable dupe to the Hourglass ambient lighting powders, and that was one of my favorite setting powders in conventional beauty, so that's saying a lot. This is a really great powder. Some bronzers, I've been liking both of the W3LL People Bio Base Baked Bronzer as well as the Henne Malibu. So this is definitely more of a warm tone all over bronzer, just to add some warmth back into your face. Again, it's got a little bit of a sheen, really nice luminosity to it, nothing too crazy, too sparkly. It just gives your skin a really nice sheen. No like sparkles or like shimmery like pigments. It's really just a natural glow, and definitely more of a warmer tone. If you're looking for something really nice for kind of sculpting or just prefer a cooler tone on fairer skin tones, the Malibu bronzer is amazing. It is quite a small pan, but really you don't use a ton. I like using this a lot for contour and out, but I haven't even hit pan yet, which is a really good sign. It also smells like chocolate, and it smells like chocolate when you're applying it. It's just so good. Very comparable to the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzers, and yeah, I feel like a lot of these are just dupes. This one is definitely a big dupe for the Hourglass ambient bronzers, which again is one of my favorite. I really like Hourglass when I was using conventional products, and the baked formulas from W3LL People really remind me of that once applied to the skin. The blush I've been going towards the most lately is the Lily Lolo Tickled Pink. It's just this really nice kind of like peachy pink with a really nice shimmer to it. I feel like if you don't want to apply a lot of highlight, this gives you a really nice healthy glow. It's not like too shimmery where it looks glittery on your cheeks. It just makes you look super healthy and give you a little bit of a sheen when you kind of nod your head back and forth, and I'm actually wearing it today on my cheeks. If, by the way, you want to see this makeup look, I just posted a look on my last video of this whole makeup look, including the eyes. Next for face, this is the Lila B Glisten and Glow in Be Enchanting. Now this, I think this is amazing, A, because the formula is so unique, the packaging is so luxurious, and it's a beautiful highlight. So this feels kind of like a cream, but when you blend it into your skin, it blends almost like a really soft buttery powder. This definitely has a little bit more like sparkle and glitter than I am used to, but it's just so beautiful once applied to your cheeks. I actually have the Lily Lolo highlight from the Sculpt and Glow palette, and then I kind of just topped off with the Lila B just kind of right here, and it just kind of added some oomph to my highlighter, especially if you like more of a wet, dewy look. I think this just looks absolutely stunning and has quickly become one of my favorites. It is more of a luxurious price point, but honestly just beautiful. I've also really been enjoying, this is the Wander Beauty micro brow pencil in the shade Blonde. Today I actually used the Plume pomade, but I have really enjoyed using this micro pencil. It just has a really small fine point. It's like the perfect shade for me. Anyways, I've just really liked using this instead of the brow pomade. It's super fast and I really like it. I know that Plume is coming out with a brow pencil and I cannot wait to try that because I know it's a little bit more of a cleaner formula. So I'm hoping to purchase that when it comes out in November. For eyes, again, this is like something I recently just started using and recently actually added to my collection, but it's quickly become such a favorite, and that is the Ilia eyeshadow palettes. So I have both the Cool Nude and the Warm Nude, and both of these have just become such favorites of mine. There aren't a ton of eyeshadows in the clean beauty community that I really like. I find that the pigmentation's excellent, the blendability is just incredible, and I just found it super user friendly when using these eyeshadows, because sometimes when you use some really pigmented eyeshadows you have trouble blending them in, and they don't really blend into each other very well. They look kind of chalky, or just kind of, they get really patchy on the eyelids. But these are just incredible. They are a little bit pricey for the amount that you get. So you get 6 pans for about $50 Canadian. I think it's a bit cheaper US. I think it's like $38. I'll have to double check, but they are just such a great formula that I love them. And you can create such unique looks, anywhere from kind of like a more soft daytime look or a little bit more of an evening look. So today I used predominantly the Cool Nude. I did use one of the eyeshadows from this palette, and I created this really cool smoky grungy look. In terms of like beauty palettes, I know there's Fitglow, I know that there's Ether Beauty comes out with like so many palettes recently. I looked at the Ether Beauty ones, and yes, like they're just like spot on for pigmentation, but I just wasn't super into the shimmery versus matte shades. I think there was just too much shimmer, and I'm much more of a matte kind of gal, and just kind of like a little hint of shimmer every once in a while, but predominantly I like more matte shades, and I just found it a little bit challenging to use a full palette that was $77 Canadian. It just seemed a little bit too steep for me. But I am looking at the Lawless V1. I know they're also coming out with a mini one, and I'm really interested in that just because $85 for a palette, it's like really expensive. So only a few more products. I've got 2 mascaras, the Fitglow Beauty. This is the Vegan Lash Plus, I believe it's called. This is a really, really great mascara, but also recently I've been loving the W3LL People. This is the Expressionist Volumizing Mascara in brown. Both of these I've been kind of alternating back and forth with, and I just love the way they look. I've been really into the brown mascara, and this was like one that I used to really like, and then I just rediscovered how much I liked it. So current favorites, both of these. And lastly, the lipstick I'm almost always wearing is the Kosas Rosewater lipstick. I just love the formula of the Kosas lipsticks. They are pretty expensive, but the packaging is just super sleek and luxe. I love the magnetic top, and this is just such a wearable everyday shade. I think it just looks so flattering on my skin tone. It's super moisturizing, and I feel like it doesn't emphasize any of the lines in my lip. Love the pigmentation and the shade range that they have, and I love the scent of them. Wearability, I mean, it's a creamy lipstick formula. It's not like a matte lipstick. It doesn't have the best wear. It does definitely come off after a couple hours, and after eating food or drinking anything. So it's fine. That's not an issue for me. I just keep reapplying it, and it has lasted me a long time. This is how much I have left, and I use it a lot. So I mean, it really just depends. It is expensive, but if you are willing to spend the money on a good quality, very luxe feeling lipstick, then I would suggest the Kosas lipsticks. So that is it for today's video. These are all my current obsessions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about the products, or you want to share some of your current obsessions in clean beauty, then definitely leave a comment down below and let me know. I'm interested in hearing all of your favorites. Give me some input on your thoughts related to clean beauty eyeshadow palettes, just because I'm kind of on the fence about some of the really overhyped clean beauty palettes, for example the Ether Beauty ones. I don't know. I think it's just there's too much shimmer. But you guys let me know, what is your take? And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching and hope you have a lovely day.